All right, Ariyan. How are you doing?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good. How was your exams today?
I just had one. I had the Orgo lab exam for 2.
Orgo lab exam. You have an exam for the lab?
Yeah. Can we curse, by the way?
Open mic, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Say the most outrageous shit. As long as you don't say anything too fucked up, but
yeah. No, basically it's like, apparently last semester they made it too easy, so they realized like kids didn't learn shit.
Yeah.
So this semester they're like, whatever we learned in the lecture, we're gonna apply it in lab, and at the end of the semester they're gonna test us on it. So tomorrow I have the practical actually. But tomorrow we go and do like, we just have to do the entire reaction ourselves.
Like in a lab?
Yeah, they don't help us or anything. It's like,
damn.
Yeah.
And are you with partners and shit? Or
No, you do it alone, yeah.
Well, good luck, man. You got a lot of work to do tonight, looks like.
Yeah. I mean, that's the price you pay to go to
I guess
school.
so.
You know?
It's fun to learn. Like, I'm enjoying it more now. I mean, I guess we didn't really know what it'd be like in high school and stuff. And
yeah. How was it for you with the
college
computer science degree? I'm hoping it's very different from like a pre-med track.
It is. I think that it's a whole different ballgame, I feel like, because I guess my skill set's problem solving. You know, I could not sit down in front of a textbook for hours and memorize and read. Like, I feel like my mind doesn't work that way. When I try to do that, I don't perform too well in that area. For me, it's like if I have to learn something, I'll try to find a project I can work on to learn it and problem solving. So I like it a lot.
100%.
And I think that the program here is really well organized, and I'm like really happy about that. So it really like was beyond my expectation how good they did it here.
Yeah.
So I'm having a great time, man.
Yeah, you're not originally from Michigan, are you?
No, I'm from Jersey.
How different is it? I mean, you can't really answer that question because you have never been around Michigan. It's just like Ann Arbor.
I've been quite around. I mean, not like super, but you know, we drove here the first time we came. We stopped in a bunch of areas, and I kind of got a vibe for it. But
yeah. What made you pick this over like any other school in Jersey? Because I have a lot of Jersey friends as well. They're like, oh yeah, from an outside perspective, you look at Michigan, it's like, oh, this big school. Yeah, and it's like from inside, when you're in state, it's like it doesn't really matter where you go. But it's like it's like the name, the prestige, you can call it, kind of. Yeah. So walk me through like what made you pick this over like some good, like I'm sure there's like other good CS schools, right?
I think that outside of Michigan, people glorify Michigan. Like they think of U of M like an Ivy League school, public Ivy. Like if you get in there, like you're set. Especially, you know, if you're Indian or Asian and you're in somewhere like New Jersey or California, getting it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
And it's even hard in state. It's a hard school to get into.
Yeah.
And I was surprised like the attitude toward it here. I mean, obviously everyone loves U of M, but it was definitely more like, oh, it's like normal to go to U of M. Like if you're smart, you'll probably get in. And that was an interesting perspective to me because we look at it as like this glorious school. And it's really a school that everyone like secretly wants to go to. You know, like we obviously apply to the Ivies, apply to Princeton, apply to Rutgers, and you know, New Jersey and state, we got Princeton, but Princeton, even if you're in state, it's really hard to get into.
Oh yeah.
You know, and Rutgers is alright, but it's not Michigan.
Yeah.
So for us, people in New Jersey, like there's a lot of Northeast schools for sure, but I guess U of M's kind of like the dream school. It's big and it's good academics, and it's rare to see that combination. Like a really big school that, you know, you'll have a great time there, you meet great people all around, but you get involved in so much shit, but it's also elite academic, especially for engineering.
Yeah.
And
it's a really good
the
thing.
hospitals are amazing too.
Yeah.
So,
especially to find a school with a good balance of like social life versus kids that are actually passionate about like their careers at a very early age is like Michigan, I think, has a good balance of both. Because like otherwise, if you think about any other school in Michigan, you don't really compete compared to what Michigan has to offer. You know?
I agree with that, and I love that balance of it. I love the social plus academic balance. And when I even say social, I mean it's going out's fun and stuff, but it's not only that. It's more just like, you know, going on adventures in day-to-day life, you know, meeting cool people, and, you know, just getting involved with like so much shit.
Yeah.
Like that part of it, adventure is like you can do it anywhere, but I feel like in Michigan you get such well-rounded people. Well, I feel like every day I meet so many cool people that are so deep in some pursuit, whether it's like powerlifting for you or just like someone's doing something completely random I don't know anything about. So it's cool to meet people who are like really passionate about something.
Niche hobbies and shit. Yeah. It's cool.
You have a competition coming up soon?
Well, he was asking me about it earlier. If like I've always been doing this. So my thing was.
You mind moving your water bottle? I might block your face.
Yeah. Sure. Keep going. So basically, I've always been like I played soccer all throughout high school, and like I'm really into soccer and all that. Like I watch it and play it, and I even play it over the summer, like over leagues and shit. But it's like for fun. So after like around like junior, senior year, I like started getting in the gym, getting a little like big, eating healthy and stuff. And then end of last year, like there was this big powerlifting community in MSU because I went to MSU last year and I transferred to UMich this year. So their powerlifting community is huge. So I'm like, oh, let's give it a try. So I go with my friend and I'm like, oh, this is kind of sick. So they're like putting me on. And
what did you find sick about it at first?
What was that?
What was appealing at first?
For me?
Yeah.
I just went in and it was just like, it was more like how big it was there compared to here. At MSU, they're like, you know, the brand 110%.
I don't know.
Okay, it's like a pre-workout brand that's like pretty big for powerlifters. So they're like directly sponsored. But like MSU was like they sponsored MSU, and then the guys popped up in the Zoom and they're like, yeah, like if you're competing for MSU, we're gonna supply you for everything for free. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, right? And then like I have like close friends that do that. So like also they have a gym at MSU like off campus, like 20 minutes off campus. It's called DWC, and it's like you have your red plates, your calibrated plates.
Cool photos too.
Yeah, search it up. It's sick. It's like a private owned gym, and then like if you're an MSU PL person, like you can train there.
Wow. Even if you're just like casual?
Yeah.
Wow, good images, yeah. Is that it?
What do you say it's called?
It's called DWC.
That's not it though?
No.
So like
it's just like this like garage that's like
garage, yeah. This one?
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, click on some of those photos.
Yeah.
I've never really been to a
look at the sixth one. Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah, it's exactly like that, but like instead of they renovated it a lot. So instead of like
it's real gritty.
Yeah, it's like really old school with like you have your calibrated red, blues, and yellows, and you're showing me like like if you do good enough, like you can train with us and stuff. So like I've always been a strong kid. Like I'll have a squat, bench, and deadlift.
Yeah.
But then
like with sports teams and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like with like he was giving me tips and tricks, and then within like 2 or 3 months I got really strong. So I was like, like
it was meant for you.
Yeah, and then I come here and I'm like balancing. Obviously, like doing biology as a major is pretty hectic, right? And then managing that with like 2 and 2.5 hours in gym, I'm like, if I'm gonna spend that much time, might as well make something out of it. And I'm like, why not? So I signed up for one, but it's like it's very technical, you know, because they just change. The rules change all the time. And another thing with this sport is that it's like never ending, which like keeps you going. Cause like, oh yeah, like I'm close to hitting 600 on deadlifts. When am I gonna hit 700? When am I gonna hit? Cause you're nowhere near the top lifters. Like you think you're good, and then you look at like the top of the top, and then you're like you're nowhere close. But then you're also grateful to see you go in a commercial gym and you're like, oh look how far I've come. So it kind of like keeps you balanced in that aspect. But it's also like, cause not like nationals happened like 2 days ago. And I was watching it and I was like, dude, I gotta do better. And it's like those type of things. Like I like a challenge. I like something that I can constantly chase. Because my mom always says like I'm that type of person. If I'm being pressured, I will perform. Yeah. If I don't have anything to do, I'll just sit around. So that's the type of person I am, and like that's how it works.
That fits perfectly. Yeah. So when you describe it as never ending, it's interesting because I guess progress in powerlifting is interesting because you know you can always break plateaus with different kind of programs and with different training styles.
Yeah, it's so individualistic.
Do you feel like progress noticeably slowed down over time for you? Because I understand you're pretty new into it, honestly. Like last 2 years you've been into it. Right?
Yeah.
Like fully like locked into that.
Yeah.
Have you noticed like progress in different blocks, like sometimes really good, sometimes really bad? Like when it's never ending, do you think you'll ever hit like a full plateau? Like your maximum potential, like how hard is it to hit that?
I've been in a plateau till 2 months ago. Like now I'm like taking off because I'm finding my tweaks. I'm finding what works for me. My coach is working perfectly with me. Before that, like before him, I didn't have a coach, so I would just like go like see what I could do that would work for me, or see like if there's anything online that would work for me. And because the sport is so individualistic, something that works for someone else will totally not work for you. You know, so that's why I think it's so important to have someone that mentors you because like. First of all, he can keep you true to yourself because sometimes you're with powerlifting is you're gonna ego lift if you have like no one to check up on you, you know. So that's one aspect to it. Second aspect to it is it's plateauing wise, it's a very patient sport. Like you have this 5-week block, 6-week block, and you're not hitting your PRs. And sometimes some of these blocks you don't even hit PRs. You just do like a top triple set at RP8. for, I don't know if you know how RP works, but it's like, I mean, obviously you know how RP works, but like for the people that don't know how RP works, it's like, I think it's rate per exertion, something like that.
I think it's rate of perceived effort.
Yeah, something like that. And it's basically like, after that set, how many more reps do you have left in the tank?
Kind of like reps in
but it's more technical when you go higher in weight, because it's like, it's not based off how many you have left in your tank, it's based off how it moves, you know?
It's hard to do that.
Yeah, it's hard to like explain it to, it's hard to explain to someone that's like new to it, but it's like some of these blocks, you're just like, oh my god, I'm so bored, because it's like, it's top triple at RP 8, and I'm like, what do I even do? But then you just have to be patient, because when the time comes, if you don't rush into it, you're gonna make progress. So as soon as I found my tweaks, and as soon as I found what program works best for me, I haven't had a plateau. But before then, like, to put into perspective, to go from 275 in bench to 315 in bench took me around like 2 years.
Really?
Junior year to like almost end of freshman year, I was barely able to hit 315.
What change helped you?
I don't like.
It just kind of happened one day.
No, well, I just figured out like I can't just be coming in and hitting PRs every week, you know. Just can't be coming in and doing that.
It's fun though.
Yeah, I know. But it's like you just have to be patient, and then you have your leg drive, you have your friction, you have your arch, you have hand placement. There's so many things that go into it. People that don't know anything about powerlifting, they come in, they're like, oh, it's just 3 simple lifts. It's so much more. It's like, and it's also good to see how the sport has come so far, and it's so popularized now compared to what it was like 6 years ago. And like, I'm happy to see that happen. You know, compared to like, it's like, it's big now.
It's unique because like for some reason it's so satisfying. You know, you're playing with numbers, you're playing with graphs, you're playing with tweaks, and you know, it's a really fun sport, man. And I feel like for me the biggest challenge is always like undershooting, overshooting, like getting an idea of like what weight I'm supposed to be putting on the bar.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
You still struggle with that?
Yeah, 100%. Because sometimes my coach be getting mad. I'm like, I go in the gym, it's like second week in, and I'm overshooting my RP6. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do next week? Then next week's gonna be harder. So it's like, it's very important to make sure like you're staying true to your RPE, you know? And it's like, in addition to what I was saying before, it's also a very like you versus you type of sport. You know, it's not like, obviously you're competing against people, but it's like, are you 1% better than you were at your last competition? Because that's, at the end of the day, you're proving yourself that you're getting stronger, you know? Which is like something, because my biggest aspect in life, my biggest like motive is that I don't compare myself to other people. Because the moment you start comparing is the moment you start getting headaches, stress, and stuff. Because like, it would be like, because for example, like organic chemistry 2, one of the hardest courses in MS, like at UMich. Like, I think the median grade is like a B-, right? And it's like, I'm sure engineering has harder courses, but like pre-med ways, I think organic chemistry 2 is like, organic chemistry 1 and 2 I think are the hardest courses that offered here. And like, there's kids that are getting like 96, 97. It's Michigan, bro. There's kids that do that. But then you can't be comparing. You just gotta do like, am I doing better now than I did my first exam? Am I making progress? And that way, it's like just not for academics and other aspects in life. As long as you're making a progress about yours, like based on you, if you think you're better than what you were 2 months ago, you just gotta be grateful. Because people get lost. People get lost in the track of just being better. That they're like constantly chasing that high of, you know, I gotta shoot for the high. I gotta shoot for that 1%. You gotta just sometimes take your time and be like, oh, look how far I've come.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna become the best in a day, for sure. And I feel like there are definitely a lot of people that get too consumed in that narrative and then they never like fulfilled their progress. But,
exactly.
And I feel like for me, like it's kind of a balance because I honestly like it when my friends are a lot better than me at things because that dissatisfaction does drive me a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's about also...
It's also your circle.
Yeah. It's people you like at the end of the day too. Yeah. People who support you as well. But there's something I like about the dissatisfaction. Like whenever I see the most progress in my life is when the people around me are just so much better than me. But at the same time, it's like a balance, right? Like I don't let that consume me fully. You know, I'm still grateful for the progress I made, but I love that part of life.
I just don't like dickheads, bro. That's like the simple way to put it. Like you like good for you, bro. You're better than me, or good for you, better than me in this aspect, or that aspect. But that doesn't overall make you a better person than me, you know?
It's all a trade-off.
Yeah, but then when you're like putting it on my fucking face, you know, I'm like, fuck you, you know? like get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So I'm like a very I'm like that type of person, you know? I'm very cool, I'm very chill, I'm very generous, but then the moment like you do something that like is like, I don't fuck with that. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm just gonna back off, you know?
I feel you. Yeah. I mean, it's all a trade-off. Like, sure, there's someone that's getting like 99 on
Yeah.
some orgo test, right? But like, what else are they not doing in life? Like, that's
Yeah.
probably all they're consumed in, right? They
Right.
don't have other things that they find fulfillment in outside of school and things like that. And that doesn't mean that they're doing is bad, you know? That that's
Yeah.
their goal in life, that's their goal in life. But I think that, to a degree, like, it's all a balance. Like, you succeed in one area, you sacrifice another area, and it's about like deciding for yourself, like, what is in your eyes like your important life, and keep progressing in that.
Yeah. It's also priorities. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, man. So, before we talk about competition day and coming up, do you feel like, I wonder what it's like on competition day, right? Because I think at gyms like Palmer Fitness, where you're very comfortable there, and you're always, you're used to squatting there, used to benching there. Competition, a different bar, different environment. From people I've talked to, they say they often do better on competition day. But I guess I'm curious about your mental landscape on one of those kind of days.
Yeah.
What is it like?
It's all about the environment. It's all about the environment is the main thing. Because I was talking, I think a couple weeks ago, I went up to MSU to my coach who goes to MSU. He's in my grade, but he's had more experience under his belt, so he trains me. And he's in the 83 kg. So to put it in perspective, it's 180 to 182.5 pounds, and I'm in the my cap is 198. So he's one below me, right? So when he competed his first competition, he said that, well, first of all over the summer I'm going to like train when prep starts. I'm going to train at a powerlifting gym. So with like the bar is that bar is like powerlifting bar with calibrated plates. So I'm like ready. I don't have like any surprises when I go into fucking lift, right? So in meet day, he said it's all about the 2-3 days prior in which you do to mentally prepare yourself, right? Because you're not taper week, because you hit your PRs, and taper week you're just tapering. You're not really training. And then 2-3 days before, you're just either eating or cutting based on what you want to do, right? So weigh-in comes, which I'm not too worried about because I'm trying to put on pounds, right? So right after weigh-in, which is like 7, 8 in the morning, right? And then after, I think you get an hour and a half, 2 hours to warm up, and then that's when you have to have your electrolytes, your sugars. You just gotta make sure your body's right? Because you don't wanna be that person who's training the week before, and you go to training day and you're fatigued, you're not your best, and you're mentally not locked, right? And also, for me personally, I watch a lot of powerlifters on YouTube. Like on my free time, I'll just be like, if I'm doing homework, I'll just put it on the TV, I'll just put it on the laptop. It's just something to watch. And then their main thing is, they can look at someone and be like, oh yeah, he's locked. They can look at someone and be like, oh yeah, he don't got it, he's nervous. Like it's just like if you're jittering, if like you just have to be mentally like locked, like because you've trained for it. Like it's that weight's gonna move regardless. Like you can't have like outside factors affecting you. It's gonna move regardless. You've done the training, you've done the work. Now it's just putting into work, right? You just kind of lock in with you and the bar, just you and the bar. Because what happens all the time is when people see that big of a crowd, they go in the platform and they tweak. And then all their techniques go out the door. They're forgetting to brace, they're forgetting to load up.
Have you done that before?
I mean, I've never like competed, so.
Oh really?
This is gonna be my
competition.
No, this is gonna be my first competition. Yeah. That's why I'm like really
excited.
Yeah, they're really excited and really locked. Like, cause like over the summer, usually like fucking around, like going friends' house, partying and stuff. But this summer is like prep starts May, and I gotta be locked. It's like also like this summer is also my sophomore year summer, so this summer I'm getting like all my extracurriculars locked. I'm also like taking some summer classes. So overall, this summer is gonna be like where I thrive, you could say. So I'm really excited for this to come up because it's like, it's also like a part of my life at this point. It's not like, it's like it became an identity sort of. Like I don't want to talk about it. It's not like the first thing I say to people, oh yeah, I'm Ariyan, I like to powerlift. Yeah. It's like
we just notice it in the gym when we see you back
No, but it's like a part of me now. Like obviously, my main priority now is to still become a dentist. I want to go to dental school. I want to pursue that. But if I just make it out from this, if I can do something that's great, I do want to pursue this at the same time as my education.
So, and adult life?
Yeah, adult life.
20s.
That's like after 30, my jokes will probably give up, but like the gym, like health-wise, is something I see myself doing all the time.
For sure.
But I don't think powerlifting is like more like a late 20s sport and then done.
I know steroids and stuff are big in like bodybuilding. I wonder how common that is in the highest level of powerlifting.
Not common at all.
No.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't provide much of a
IPF, they
benefit,
constantly, yeah.
That's
IPF. So it's really complicated, and I even have, like, they change all the time. So it's like, I think it's like MSU, UMich, Ohio, like all these big colleges that have powerlifting teams that they send, like they'll have 5 categories. There's 66, 75, 83, 90, 105, 120 kgs. They'll send their best lifters. And I think in the beginning of the year, they all compete against each other. It's like a college v college type of thing. Those are like those are like local meets, right? And then after that, you have your total set. And you use that total, or you build on that total, you compete more, up to you. I think then you can go to collegiate nationals. I think from collegiate, you go to nationals. Nationals is where it's like, you're competing for that national spot so you can represent America, right?
Wow.
Yeah, but then there's another route you could take, which is raw. Raw Nats.
Raw?
Yeah, it's called like Raw Nats. And Raw Nats is, I don't like know much about it, but it's like, it's basically like, I think you do local meets, states. So you're doing Michigan, you're representing Michigan, and then you go straight to nationals and nationals to worlds. Worlds is IPF, International Powerlifting Federation. And that's where like you represent USA and you're competing against other countries, right? And crazy thing is like, I just gotta bring this up because I just brought my inserts. Like I just bought them like 3 months ago. Yeah, just
what are those?
Like knee sleeves.
Oh, knee sleeves.
Yeah, like 3 months ago. And I killed just my friend just bought them like literally 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I woke up yesterday and they're like, yeah, they're banned.
Oh my god.
They banned them bitches because it was so like it's like apparently they don't meet the requirements, too stiff.
Wow.
So it's like the only thing we can use.
The specific type of knee sleeve you were using?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Before like so there's 3 big brands.
So it really changes that fast.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
It's like they like constantly like I think a year ago they're like, oh, there's only this wide you can go with bench it because people are like creating this much arch. Yeah. So they're like, oh yeah, you have to stay on the circle. You can't exceed. So they're like changing like so people can't like it has to be like a fair sport, you know? Yeah. It's fun, but it's
so
like
much into this shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's so much that goes into it, but people are like, and people that don't are like, they're not into it. They're like not into it. So I'm like, I don't stress. Only if you're into it, I go deep into it. Like,
I mean, I'm down to go deep into any topic. Bro. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
What do you struggle with the most out of anything in powerlifting?
That's a tough question. It's a very time-consuming sport. It's very time-consuming. It's like you're giving. Sometimes I don't have time for social life, but I'm like I'm fine with it. This is like what I do for fun. Like when you're so busy, you have to find something that like eases off. Like you can't just be constantly grinding. Then you just get isolated from the environment, and then now you're like you just need that social. Because gym is something that like it's a social place.
Right.
Yeah. And then it's like for me, you go in, you do compounds, hour and a half. And then you have to do accessories, an hour maybe, 2.5. 2.5 hours, you come back, you gotta get your homework done, you gotta get your meal. The meals are a big part, bro. You gotta get your meals in. It's like, it's so dedicating, like, it's so like mentally, like you have to be there all the time. And like, let's say a weekend, you go away like, oh, I'm gonna party. The recovery is like 3 days. Cause you're like fatigued, like already. And then over the top, you're like drinking, smoking, and you come back. And you're like, dude, like I'm not gonna be able to recover and hit my set, my compound on Monday. So it's like balancing a social life with what we do at UMich is already hard enough. And then when you on top of that you add something that's so profound and important in your life, just you almost don't have time to give to your friends, you know? So for example, like I haven't seen my friends in like a month. Bro.
Michigan friends?
Yeah, like I haven't seen like even friends that go here. I just see a kill. Like you see me with a kill because he's like, first of all, he has all the classes with me, and second of all, he does powerlifting. It's like I'm getting him into it. I'm like you kind of like he was not into powerlifting. He was like strictly into bodybuilding. I completely maneuvered him, and I was like, listen, like if you want to hang out with me, this is the only time I have. Like so I was like, okay.
That's all I do in my life.
Mm-hmm. So I would say that's the hardest part in terms of like mentally. Because sometimes you're just like late night, you stay in bed and like, dude, like I really miss this friend and I haven't seen him in so long, but you just don't have the time. And I would say physically is your recovery has to be on point, dude. Like you have to make sure like you have enough carbs in your system before you train. You have to make sure your fat levels are like you're getting enough nutrition in your body. You have to make sure you're recovering properly, you're getting enough sleep. You have to make, like, all these factors that come into play. Because, yeah, deload week is fine. When week 4 comes, if all these factors are not into play, and in addition, if you're not, like, constantly, like, toned in every block, you're not going to be able to, like, replicate those results in meet day. You know what I'm saying? So those are important things. Physically, I would say, as recovery is, like, one of the most important things. Just stretching outside. It's, like, just time consuming.
Yeah, I mean, the way you're describing it is like almost every single thing in your life is geared toward this one goal. You know, your sleep, your diet, everything.
Yeah.
It's almost like a full day's task.
Yeah. And it's like, you gotta, like, work it around. I'm at a point where it's like, okay, gym 4 to 6, or like 4 to 6:30, or I'll set, that's an example. Like, I'll set aside a time. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna study before or after. Like, I'm putting studies, like, around it. I'm putting this as the main thing, but it's not like I'm not doing the other things. I'm still prioritizing other things. It's just this, you have to think about, like, other factors because you want to go in and you have a good session. If you don't have a good session, mentally it's draining, because, like, I just put all this effort not to have a good session. So all these things you do outside matters the most, right? And then balancing that with studying is also hard. So that's what the weekends are for. Usually I use all my weekends, like, I wake up early in the morning, get my shit done. I treat my weekends like weekdays. So, like, usually when I would have classes, I would just study. So that way at night I can have some downtime and hang out with friends.
It's amazing.
So, yeah, overall it's, like, very, like, it keeps me disciplined, which I'm really happy about.
You ever take a break in the last couple of years?
No, I don't need to take a break, because I don't want to take a break.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, because,
You never get burned out?
I mean, I get, that's what deload weeks are for, you know what I mean? I do get burnt out, but that's, like, sometimes, like a week ago, I just took the full weekend off. I was like, because it was deload week, and I'm like, and I just went up to see my coach, and I was like, he was like, you know what, fuck it, let's not train today. I was like, okay, it's cool. Like, you know, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, man. So I feel like some of the things that I've been struggling with more, like, can you remember back to, I guess, a day, maybe recently, that you really feel like you had an off day when you went to lift?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like, I'm curious about what, like, mentally it was like.
It's more frequent than you think.
How often does it happen for you?
It's like, it happens once or twice every block. I'm really happy because it hasn't happened for the past 2 blocks, because I've been just so toned. But then over the summer, last summer, it was like, you go in and you're like, dude, my grip feels off. Like, you go in, oh, my hips feel off. And then you still hit your top set. You're nowhere near your top set. And you just sit there and you're like, what am I doing this for? But, like, it's like, you just gotta keep, it comes back to that gratefulness mindset, you know? It's like, oh, I'm grateful to be doing this. So let's just get done with this and look forward to tomorrow, you know? I don't know, how do you, like, overcome that? Like, because I'm sure you have those days where you come in, it's like you're drained because you have a long day at school or, like, at work, and you're coming in, you're not getting enough nutrition, and that's, like, fucking up your training, or, like, you don't have enough time, and then all that stuff, you know?
I feel like I've never had, like, a terrible off day yet. I mean, I'm kind of just getting into it, right? It's the first time I'm really running the program. I've done, like, I'm on week 9, like, same program Griffin's running.
Yeah.
I can remember one day was pretty bad. I think my knee thing was pretty interesting this term. Like, about a month and a half ago, so probably right at the beginning of my program, like week 2, week 3, like my knee/quad area was hurting every time I squatted. Like, I was never recovering. Mm-hmm. And I kind of just pushed through it. I'm like, it's probably just soreness, it'll probably go away. But so I thought, like, maybe I was squatting way too frequently. I was squatting 3 times a week, just getting into it. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
So taper that down, and I was just squatting twice a week at that point. And the thing is, it kept staying there, but I could still squat the weight I was supposed to at the right RP. So, like, I just pushed through it, but it kept getting worse to the point where, like, week 7, week 8, after my deload week, like week 6 of my deload, these are, like, the program running is, like, pretty long blocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I might change next time. I make a program for myself.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, after my deload week, I load up a plate and it was hurting so bad. I'm like, this is not my just, like, quad or knee soreness. Like, this is something else.
Yeah.
And it's, like, a little bit, like, sad because I love squatting so much, and now I'm just benching and deadlifting for a little bit, taking a break from squatting.
Yeah, 100%. You just gotta listen to your body, right?
You know, it's tough, and it's like, I feel like when your emotions are involved, you're like, you want to find a way to work around it, try to get back as soon as possible, but, you know, there's only so much you can do.
Just have to be patient.
But I remember, like, the one day where I literally, it impacted my strength. On a relatively deload week, like, week 7, I was, like, only RP, like, 6.5 on squat, yet it was feeling so heavy. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. I felt like an RP 8 I just did, right?
Yeah.
And
those days are the worst, bro.
Honestly, I
you just gotta look around. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's like, Yeah, you load it, you get up, it's like, oh, the rack even feels heavy.
I was like, fuck, that is fuck. And I remember like telling my friend that day at dinner that I was considering to stop powerlifting and get back into bulking. And I was totally convinced in my head. Yeah. I was like, I gave him 100 reasons why, like, but this and that, and this and that, this and that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was all cope at the end of the day. It was just a bad day.
Yeah.
It was just one bad day in the block, and then I got better, and I'm fine now. But it's interesting because like it really takes you to a different place where in a logical sense it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just about recognizing you're there and just like pushing through and like saying what you want to get done. Like, let me just get these 12 weeks done and adjust after.
What made you get in though?
So the first time I got into it was high school. I remember we had there's two guys in my gym who were powerlifters at my high school, and they were pretty strong, and I got into it through them really because I found it really cool that every day squats, bench, and there's something really satisfying about it. There's something really satisfying about everything is calculated for you. If you follow these formulas, you can make progress, and
Right.
I had the idea of everything being programmed for me and all these graphs. Like I guess somewhere in my brain that was really satisfying in a way. So I ran like a mini version of the Jamal Browner program in high school, but I was so much weaker at the time. I didn't even follow it fully. And then I'd stopped for a while, and I've done almost every kind of lifting. I did power building for a bit, bulking for a bit, everything. And in the fall term at Michigan, my fall term year, my bench like shot up. I came into the year like barely doing 185 for 2 or 3, and then by the end of the semester I hit like 220 or something. I'm like, I'm moving weight pretty good. Yeah. And I was only like 130, 140 pounds at the time, so I thought if I really lock in, I can get a double body weight bench and get that higher. I'm like, damn, I could maybe compete. That'd be fun.
Right.
And at the same time, I was like, I kept wanting to do something competitive. I kept wanting to do something because bulking is fun, but it's like you're just going to the gym. Like it's just like it's fun. It's nothing
fun,
like.
But like if you're spending that much time, like might as well make something out of it.
Exactly.
And I was gonna at first I was like bodybuilding may be it, but like my genetics are so ass.
And bodybuilding's not fun, man. I mean, some people find it fun, but you're just like fucking up your body, eating so much. Repetitive. And if you want to really compete, you gotta do steroids. Like, it's just like I don't like that.
I don't like that. Yeah, it's like I love food, bro, and it's like I don't think I see myself cutting to that extent any time in my life. Right? Because in high school, like I had friends that would do wrestling, and they're like,
I wrestled in high school too.
Yeah, great wrestlers, and then they had to cut weight. And dude, one of the most depressing moments of my life. Like you would sit next to them at lunch. You wouldn't want to eat lunch because they can't eat lunch. And they're like wearing these bodysuits, running miles, like sauna. Dude, is this really worth it?
I never did anything that extreme, but there's definitely a lot of people.
Yeah, I had a friend like I think he went to the state finals.
Wow, Michigan. Right?
Yeah, from Michigan, and he lost. And dude, like he was one of my closest friends back in high school, and it's like the saddest thing ever. And
what weight was he?
156, 160 around that I think, and whatever that weight class is. Yeah, he was good though. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I mean, I also feel like bulking, but bodybuilding is not good for you. Just health-wise. Like, it's not good to starve yourself. It's not good to eat in such a surplus,
Right.
I'm really learning that now because I always thought that, if you're growing, like, eat as much as possible, eating 4,000 calories is fine. Yeah. But I'm learning now, like, it's not good for you to be in that state. Like, it's not natural for humans to be big.
And if you want to compete at the big stage, you have to do anabolic steroids. Yeah. You have to. And it's like, it pisses me off when, like, you go outside the gym. Like, obviously, we know what we're talking about. And then when we're in the gym, people see that we're not just regular people that come to lift. We do squat and bench and deadlift and stuff. Well, from the outside perspective, like I was talking to my friends that like are in chem class or whatever, and they're like, yeah, like you lift. I'm like, dude, it's so much different. It's like it's so much different. And it's like, wait, because I was talking to someone and they're like, yeah, but like I don't really like it. It's like unhealthy. I'm not, whatever she meant. And I was like,
wait, lifting in general?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean? Like, oh, she was like, it's like, you put, like, she was giving you reasoning, which is completely valid. I'm like, but that's not what I do. And I'm like in a completely different route.
She's talking about steroids.
She was talking about steroids and like, getting into just 6% body fat and all that stuff.
That's
and I'm
crazy.
like, fair, like you have a good point, but that's not what I do. So getting that mixed up is like they're very different things, Powerlifting, you can almost see it like as like in the Olympics they do like the clean and jerk and stuff like that. Powerlifting is becoming that kind of sport, which is like being recognized worldwide.
So weightlifting is always the bigger sport?
Weightlifting is bigger, yeah. Because it's you're representing your country in that Olympic level sport. Weightlifting's still bigger.
So powerlifting's not at the Olympic level yet? Or?
I don't think so. Okay. They might add it. I've seen some news about it, but like in the past 2 years, it's blown up. Like it's so big.
Really, in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so big in the UK. It's so big in European countries. Like, if you go back to like 2021, 2022, I don't think I know. Like that was a big gym era. Like you have your Lex Littles.
Yeah, like 2020.
Yeah, you have your Lex Littles, your David Lays, your Gymsharks popping up, young
everyone like the gym exploded.
Young Lays popping up. You got the Sarm Goblins coming in the gym, and then people figure out what powerlifting is, and then powerlifting is just blowing up right now. It's like.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone's getting into it. I think it's good for you.
No,
you know,
it's much better than bodybuilding, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And even just lifting in general. Like, I'm glad to see that become a normal thing. You know, like, everyone's going to the gym. Like, it's a normal thing now.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. It's
that's
a really
cool.
cool part.
That's cool. Yeah. Because especially given that, dude, the obesity level's high in this one.
OPC?
Obesity.
Oh, obesity.
Yeah. Like,
God.
yeah, it's like, it's bad. And it's like, it's motivating, like, people, like, doing good things. It's, like, good to see, you know? And it's like, it should be encouraged more, because you take you take your 8th grade health and nutrition class and then you're not required to do it anymore. And it's, I think it should be like a general elective people should take, just to like understand more about your body, because like everybody's body is different, bro. Like for me, I can gain and lose weight really easily. Well, not lose weight, I can gain weight really easily. Losing takes time, but like my appetite's fine. Some people like Akil's eating like 4,000 calories and he's losing weight. Like, yeah, no, like he eats so much and he's losing weight. It's like, it's based on your body. And if you think, oh yeah, he's eating that much, he's fine, I'm gonna eat that much, but your body's not that type, like a body, and then you're just fat, you know? So it's like, learning these basic things are important in my opinion. Like, even if you don't like, aren't into gym, you should be into like health stuff.
I agree. I mean, they definitely should emphasize that more in school. Like, you have your 1 hour PE, you run around playing dodgeball, whatever.
Right.
I feel like they should educate you on, you know, like what you're putting in your body, you know, how you should be looking at ingredient lists and things like that. But obviously, like, there's no incentive for that. You know? The whole system is like built to sell more of it.
Yeah,
so
and dude, like, fast food is so big now.
Dude, it's crazy.
Like, don't get me wrong, I get fast food like once in a while. It's complete. Like, you have your cravings. You gotta get your Taco Bell. You gotta get your, like, you know, you gotta do it. But then it's like, that can't be your main source of food every single day.
A lot of people eat that every single day.
Yeah, and I don't like soda that much. I don't know about you guys. I've
only had like 3 times in my life, honestly.
Yeah, I like lemonade and stuff. That's cool. But like sugary lemonade, that's fine. I just don't like carbonated drinks. Like, it just doesn't sit right with me. And with me is, I was a fat kid growing up, and then as soon as I got into soccer, I like lost a bunch of weight, and I liked where I was going. So I was like, I don't want to go back. So like, I wasn't mature enough to understand like how nutrition really worked. So I was like, oh yeah, as long as I'm in a caloric deficit, I'll be fine. But I was eating like 1,500 calories, right? And I just got
1,500.
Yeah, I was like at 130 pounds, 140 pounds.
You were 130.
Yeah, I was like at 140 pounds.
How old were you?
Sophomore year, dude.
Of high school?
Yeah.
You were 130 at your height.
Yeah, I was like 2 inches shorter maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So I go to the doctors and the doctors go, yeah, you have anorexia. Like, you gotta start eating. Like, this is not okay. God. And I'm like, at the time I thought I was healthy. So that's like an example of putting into perspective.
Because no one knows what healthy means.
Yeah.
You know, one person talks about health, they're talking about protein and macros, and that's not what health is.
That's not what health is. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, I gotta just eat and go to gym now. And so I think I put 30 pounds on in a matter of like 2 months. Wow. It was clean weight too, right? And then senior year, I think I was like hitting close to 190. Well, I'm nowhere near as lean as I was now. I was still building muscle. Like right now, I think I'm at peak physique. But then senior year, I go to the doctor. He's like, "Yeah, you're obese." Like,
who said that?
The doc, my physician.
How recent?
How recent? Senior year. Okay. My physician goes, "Yeah, you're obese. Like, your BMI level are high." I'm like, I don't think so, cause like you can still see my veins, bro. Like, I don't think I'm obese. Like, yeah, my abs are a little fluffy. And then freshman year of college is where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lock in. I went up to like 205, 210, and I was like, I was big, but I was like, obviously it's a bulk. It can't be that clean, right? And then now, like after winter semester, last semester, I really toned in. I was like, okay, I gotta now taper off, maintain, go down in weight.
What you at right now?
I'm at 187, 188. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's like, but after so right now I'm probably at 191. And so when I start prep, I'll probably put on 3 to 4 more clean pounds.
You're going up in class.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'll put on 3 to 4 more clean pounds and I'll be good to go. So I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. What are your dreams with all this, like, down the road?
I mean, obviously everybody wants to be at the top level, so that's like
World champion.
Yeah, you look at like you can't expect less. Like when you get into something, like you can't expect less, cause like I see myself, like the way I'm progressing right now, it's like insane, like exponential rate. Like I'm so happy at where I am, and it's like really keeping me motivated. And yeah, you see. Wait, I need you to. Can you put on YouTube on here?
Like, have a channel.
Just like search up battle of the 83 PA Nationals. I need to like because it puts into perspective like how behind you are, but also like it's something to chase. 83. So not even just say Nationals.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
This one?
Is this White Lights Media?
This recent, right?
Go down. Go down. Yeah, you could watch that. That's a year ago.
If you go to the White Lights Media channel.
Yeah, just go to the White Lights Media channel. Yeah.
Go to videos.
Go down. Yeah, 83s.
Where is that?
That right one. Yeah. And then just scroll through. Yeah. And then Joe Bernstein.
Yes.
So Taylor Atwood is like he has
insane
resume, right? Yeah. He was at the 1 weight class below, right? Insane resume, 3-time world champion. He was like, let's give 83 a chance, right? Completely gets blown out by this guy who we've never seen before.
Really?
Yeah, like he was irrelevant last year. And he comes in and he's like, dude, this guy's insane.
It's about to begin. Joseph Bornstein. Joey B, 277 and a half. This young man, there is a lot of hype.
So this is his opener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this like 6 plates on each side or 5?
It says it.
Yeah, he's not been quiet about wanting to break down to 870.
611 pounds. It's his opener.
Wow, that was quick.
That was nice.
Yeah, if you scroll through and go to like the deadlifts and see the openers and deadlifts.
So no one's heard of this guy before.
Well, we know this guy. He's competed before. Like he's a good rep, but it's not nowhere near what Tyler Atwood's doing. You know?
Oh, so Tyler Atwood's the guy we barely know anything about.
No. Tyler Atwood is the guy we know everything about.
Oh, okay.
And then Joe Bernstein is the guy we know.
I got you.
You know,
his bench has increased like his squat. I'm expecting him to move past that.
It's a long pause, man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my biggest struggle, man.
They tell you it's commands, so they have to like you have to keep it in your chest.
I'm getting better at it though. Like I'm pausing on everything now. I wasn't before.
If you struggle with it, just have someone like give call outs. You know? That's what I have with my friends.
I might call you over next time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What was that? 500?
Yeah, I was like 440.
440? 446.
Do you know which guy that is?
Yeah.
Is that your name?
This is the winner.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the winner of the 83s.
The facial expression says it all.
It's so hype, man.
207.5 for
All for like one simple movement.
Right, bro.
Above his PR bench, should he get this?
57.
He is.
This is third attempt?
This is second.
That was faster than his opener.
And then scroll through, because I don't want to take too much time, but scroll through deadlifts, and then go for the third attempt, and then it's actually insane.
Wait, his opener is 7.
His opener is 700 pounds.
God.
I haven't seen 600 pounds at it yet, bro.
God.
Yeah, even with a slight shift.
And he's a whole weight class below me. My cope is they're 5'6". That's my cope. That's my cope.
Hey, I got a shout out to Are they actually 5'6"?
They're 5'6", 5'7" max.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're my height.
Yeah.
They just look that short in my video.
Look
He's
how
jacked
huge.
though.
Look how
He's
huge
huge.
they look. Yeah.
When you're 5'6", 180 pounds is crazy.
Yeah.
Today, but it's got to be said.
You failed that?
76.
Yeah. I want you to see Joe Bernstein. I think he's next. No, you gotta go back. Because you already totaled 900.
Incredible talent on display here.
Alright, here we go.
377 by Joe Bornstein.
831.
77, 900
God.
That's a world record, by the way.
Really?
For first ever 83,
ever
83 kg to total 900 pounds.
I thought wasn't that one guy who had a 1,000-pound deadlift?
Not at 83 though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first ever 83 kg to total 900, and then he feels that.
You got like 100 pounds.
Yeah, and like you look at it like these, like he's still good. He's placing second, right?
Yeah.
But he's behind by what? Maybe like 5-6 kgs.
today, but
Yeah.
And then you get in your head and it's like, dude, I could have done better. Like you don't like look in your stuff and you're like, yeah, he's total like 900, 876. Like he got blown, bro.
It's such an incredible sport, man.
It's like so. I'm so happy to see like how popular it's becoming.
Yeah,
it's so,
everyone's hopping on this shit.
Yeah.
Was it popular when you were hopping on it, or what?
Nah.
I know you said it was big at MSU.
It was big at MSU. That's how I got into it. Like it was just getting popular when I got into it. I was always into like squat, bench, and deadlift, but it was not at this level that I.
What's your favorite?
I love deadlifting at the moment. On my bench, I'm naturally a strong bencher. Like the first time I've ever benched, I benched 205.
First time you ever benched?
Ever like touched the bench, I benched 205.
How old were you?
Sophomore in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
The
first time I hit the bench, I couldn't bench the bar.
But look how far we've come.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, I literally couldn't bench the bar. I was like, bro, it was a long time ago though.
Yeah.
But,
were you like big into the gym in high school or?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I started like freshman year.
Freshman year.
I started at home.
Yeah.
With just dumbbells and stuff. I started with pull-ups outside in the backyard. It was COVID, and I was doing pull-ups in the backyard. My father had dumbbells. He showed me some like bicep curls and shit. I think I did like bicep curls one day. The whole next day I couldn't walk, bro. I didn't even do shit. I know it was like some like back and something. It was bad. I was like 100 pounds, bro. I was super light.
Yeah.
I wish I could show you photos, man. It's like surreal to think that was even me. But
is it still working, by the way? Is it off?
what are we talking about?
I think we said. Oh, we were just watching the deadlifts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We finished that, and then I was asking you like if you were like gym like back in high school.
Oh yeah, I was telling you the story.
What the experience was like.
How I got into powerlifting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I come to Mish, right, and my PR started to go up quite a bit. Like I came in the year barely benching 185 for like 2 or 3, and then like it kind of just shot up to 220.
Yeah.
And then I got into it, started powerlifting, and I did it for a while, quite in high school. Like I think I was telling you the story. Like I started with pull-ups and the sick stuff at home.
Yeah.
And then like end of freshman year, sophomore year, I started going to the gym. And honestly, I didn't really know how stuff worked, but it just was kind of fun, and everyone was doing it.
Yeah.
I would just go do my little tricep push downs and try benching like 10s on both sides. Like I was just trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And slowly with time, we started to make progress. It wasn't like until a year or a year and a half later I knew what nutrition was.
Yeah.
So like I just be lifting and don't even care about what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like
same thing. Yeah.
So I didn't even know what protein was. I was supposed to be eating a lot to gain muscle. I thought you go to the gym and gain muscle. I don't know you go to the dining hall and gain muscle. Like that was new to me.
Yeah.
Right. So then a year later I'm like, okay, let me start eating a lot now. So I was eating a lot. I made slow progress. Like I went from 100 to 120, 125, but I wasn't like happy. Like I wasn't building like a lot of muscle, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, it wasn't until my senior year of high school I built a lot of muscle, because it's honestly the first time I started eating meat, because I grew up vegetarian. For the first 17 years of my life, I didn't have a bite of meat.
Yeah.
And that changed everything, really.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
meat is a big thing, pause. But it's like you when you're vegetarian, the best thing you can do is just tofu. And
sucks for you. It's so bad for you.
Tofu's so like boring, bro.
It's all processed. It tastes like shit.
Yeah,
like, it's just,
you got your red meat. You got beef, chicken, lamb. Like you're missing out. Like I have friends that are vegetarian. I'm like, bro, you gotta try Dave's Hot Chicken. Like that shit is so good.
I haven't been to Dave's, bro.
It's so good, bro.
I gotta go.
And I'm a big burrito guy. So every time I'm hungry, I like just go to Pancheros here, and I'm like I at home every time after my workout, I'll get Chipotle, and I'm like
Chipotle is it, bro. I eat Chipotle all the time. I love it, man. But yeah, man, I mean, I started learning to eat a lot. And I think senior year, like, I started eating meat. I started bulking, and I put on a decent amount of muscle. When I was 130, 140, I'm like, I'm happy with where I'm at now.
Yeah. What are you right now, 140?
Like 136.
Yeah,
I stopped, when I started powerlifting, I stopped, like, bulking intensively. I still eat, like, 3 or 4 meals, but, like, not crazy surplus, because I'm not going to failure on exercise and stuff. I'm not building as much muscle.
Yeah.
But,
what I realized with powerlifting is your muscles get really tight. Like, I've realized my core, like has widened. Like with with bodybuilding, you look for like the Dorito
the
build.
V-taper.
Mine's like completely opposite. And I don't know if it's genetics or something, but like if with me, like because I do so much core and back work, lower back work. It's just like you
just
have
full powerlifting.
Yeah. You have this block of just the torso, and it's just like it's the hardest thing ever, you know. And it's like I've seen more muscle gain with powerlifting than I have when I bodybuilded, because I still do my accessory works. Don't get me wrong, like I still do you see me do my incline benches, incline dumbbells, my shoulder presses, I'm like a power builder kind of. But it's like when I just used to bodybuild, my muscles were like tender and stuff. I think compound like is the move. Like even if you bodybuild, you should do a compound. You should do heavy rows, like your deadlifts and stuff.
Why is
like,
that? I mean, I agree.
I don't exactly know what the scientific reasons behind it, but like ever since I've started getting more serious into powerlifting, I've realized like my body fat, first of all, my body fat percentage has gone down, but that's also because my diet has been much cleaner. Second of all, it's like my back and my chest and my torso overall has been the leanest like I've ever been. So
nice.
I'm like, I'll just keep doing what works. You know?
I mean, yeah, I feel like when I was just like, when I was like learning about bodybuilding stuff and I just do bodybuilding, I would stick to very simple hypertrophy movements, 10 to 15 reps.
Right.
But then shifting like fall term, I started benching while I would do bodybuilding stuff and started doing things to failure, even if it's 5 to 6 reps, and started squatting. And I built more muscle when I was power building than when I was like strictly bodybuilding.
Right.
Which is weird, right?
But I know. You're like, you surprise yourself. You're like, that's not supposed to happen because bodybuilding is what the word is bodybuilding.
Yeah, it's little hypertrophy centric shit.
Yeah, but if you're like powerlifting, how does your physique get better? It was something surprising.
Maybe it's because like when you're doing strictly bodybuilding, you're not really pushing yourself much. Like you're doing like comfortable 12, 15 reps at lightweight. You're not really going to failure, and you're kind of taking it easy. Versus if you're benching and shit, like you want to go heavy. You're gonna want to push like 70s on shoulder press or something. And have fun with it. You can only do like 5, right? Like I think it shifts the mindset to make you train harder. Which
no hate to the sport. I love like kids that like I love the old bodybuilders, the new bodybuilders, seeing them on stage, like their mentality. Their mentality is completely different from their mentality. Like when they're prep season, they are in another world. Like they are. Mentally, they have to be there all the time. Do
you have friends that do it?
I've had one friend. I'm not really friends with him anymore, but he was big into it. I think ended up taking steroids and stuff. But I don't know if I'll probably like show you tomorrow on the phone. But he's also like 5'4".
Wow.
But he's like his genetics are top.
You think that helps you?
Yeah. To pack on muscle, being short is the best thing ever. Like, bro, you're not even that short. Like, what was his name? I forgot what his name was. I think Kevin Levrone. I don't know if you know him. He was like 5'6", 5'7". He's like 250 lean.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't even want to be that big, bro.
Yeah. But some people love that sport, so no hate to that,
I mean, it definitely takes a whole other level of discipline. Like, a lot of sports require discipline, but bodybuilding is one where it eats you alive. Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
When you're playing with your diet and stuff. I mean, bro, what was Ramadan like for you? Like, you got to tell everyone your like crazy eating schedule.
Oh, yeah. Ramadan was, it's like, so every year for Ramadan, people, if you don't know it, I'm sure you guys know, but it's when Muslims fast for like a whole month. So from sunrise to sunset, you can't have food or water. So usually it's much harder because every year Ramadan goes back 10 days. So there's going to be a period of time where it's going to be in winter, super easy. There's going to be a period of time where it's in the summer, which was like 6 years ago. So heat of summer, sun goes down at like 10 p.m., like sunrise is like 4 a.m. So those are like the hardest days. But like this year it wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously it's bad because you can't, I'm training at empty stomach, 12-hour fasted, right? So what I would do is I would break my fast around 7:48. So I would try to go to the gym right before, so I can end my workout and then go to the dining hall and then get some food, right? And then my second meal would be around 12. I would eat. I would go to bed stuffed.
So what'd you do in the meantime? Just like work?
Yeah, just like study. And it's like you have to understand that Ramadan is a time for God. Like you're setting aside time. Like that's your priority should be God first. And I grew up in a very conservative Muslim family, right? And like I do put that first. So like between those times you usually either like pray or you like go to the mosque and then you spend time with people you love, right? But when you're in the university, you kind of just have to do homework. And also like during the day you're not eating, so you're not that time. You're kind of using that to do like your work and all the other stuff you do. So 12 midnight is like around that, and like in the meantime you're spamming water. Like I think like 7-8.
You can't drink during the day?
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no food, no water. So like I'm spamming like 7-8 of these bad boys. So I'm just like my REM cycle's fucked. So like I'm going to bed 12 midnight, like full. So I'm like rotting. I'm uncomfortable, right? Because I can't sleep like when I'm in a full stomach. And then I'm waking up at 2 a.m. to take a first piss break. 4 a.m. is another piss break.
You pissed that much? Oh, because you drank so much.
No, because I'm drinking so much water, right? And then I wake up at 5:30 to eat my third meal. And then after that, I would sleep. I wouldn't sleep based on what the next class I have. So if I have like a 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I would go back to sleep. But then the crazy thing is, Ramadan, like, workouts, like, I've never felt like I was tired.
That's
I've always
interesting
felt
because
energized.
you were at a plateau before, but during Ramadan's when you're breaking your plateau.
I shot
what
up.
the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's because, like, your body realizes you're at a, like, complete fastest state, right? And it goes into, like, this mode of just, like, conserving energy. So it's just constantly burning fat and conserving the protein you're eating, because your body's like, oh yeah, I have this window to get this much amount of food. It's in constant survival mode, right? So your appetite's lower, you're not that hungry. So when I got off of Ramadan, and then the next day, I couldn't eat at all. Like, my stomach was fucking up. Like, I was having lunch, and then my body was like, okay, this is not when you have food. For the past month, you have not had food at this time. So why are you having food? And then I ate like a burrito. It wasn't even that big. And I go home, and I just couldn't eat anything for the whole day. My stomach
What time
was
did you
just,
eat the burrito?
like lunchtime. And then I was just like, my stomach was just caving in. I was like, yeah. So it's like, your body gets used to it. So that's how, like, I think I'm eating the same amount as I was during Ramadan, but I'm just spreading it apart. But before Ramadan, I ate a lot more. It's just I'm still getting used to eating more because my body's still getting used to it. So it's like when you put yourself in that routine, your body's like in a crazy thing, bro. The shit your body does, like, is insane. So it's like,
You can adapt to anything, man.
yeah, it's adaptive.
It's all relative.
Adaptive. Yeah.
Wow, man. So did you feel like at a certain point you felt great during workouts, your body's conserved that energy? Did you feel in the beginning too, like the first few days?
Oh no, it was the hardest thing ever.
Tell me about
it was because it helped being in spring break, because it started right as spring break started. So the first whole week I was able to just sleep in, and like I didn't have to worry about where my food was coming from because mom was making good food, you know. So you just kind of eat what mom makes, and mom usually gets you right, so you just don't have to worry about it. She took care of my meals, and she's like very supportive when it comes to like that kind of
Did
stuff.
your parents eat on a similar kind of eating schedule or no? Like they.
No, my parents eat very unhealthy. Like they eat like that your traditional South Asian diet with a lot of rice, a lot of chicken, a lot of curry. Like they have their proteins and stuff, but then they've realized that I'm at a point in my life where it's like I physically cannot digest a lot of oily food, and that's how my stomach is. Like my stomach's very sensitive to those kind of things. So like yeah, I love my fast foods, but then if I have Burger King or Taco Bell the next day, I'm like I can't, like my stomach is bad. Like I have a whole bad day. I even have a bad training day. Yeah.
The hangover.
So it's not like that. Yeah, but with fast food. So it's not like, I think it's because of my anorexia or some shit. I don't know. But it's not like I don't want to have bad food. It's just I don't want to have bad food because I don't want to deal with the consequences the next day.
And you know what it feels like.
Yeah, it'll feel like shit. So do I just want to put up with it or not? So most of the time I don't put up with it. So yeah, my mom has these like 4 for $16 turkey 93 leans that she gets from Costco, and it's the best thing ever. And she cooks in bulk for me when I'm home, and then she just keeps them in the fridge, and whenever I'm ready I'll just cook it up with some eggs. It's very simple stuff. So at home it was very easy, but then the first week was hard in terms of training, is because you're not used to water. Like the water.
Was your deload week too, or?
No. It was just like because my coach was like, "Do you want me to give you a different program because it's Ramadan?" And I was like, "Nah, fuck. I'm running the same shit. Like I can't have 1 month of downtime. Like I gotta just keep going." So I was like, first it was just like the water was the biggest problem, because you're done with your compounds and you're just like you need water, and the first couple of days you don't know how much water you need to take. Because like you're like after you stuff yourself, you're hydrated, and your body doesn't realize that you need more water because you're not getting the same amount of water the next day. So figuring that out, like every year it's hard, but eventually like you get used to it, you know. And it's like you also put into perspective, that month alone helps you realize so much about like what people like, because there's like a lot of Muslims around the world, millions and millions of Muslims, right? And when you think you're having a bad day or this month is really hard, you kind of reflect and you kind of look in a broader perspective, and you look at other countries where like kids are doing this and they don't even have food to eat for when they break their fast.
Wow.
So it just makes you more grateful, right? The whole purpose of this, the main purpose of doing Ramadan is to connect with the unfortunates. Like you realize people do this on a daily. People do this 365 days. They don't have food to eat. They have third world countries. You go to them and they're like, they don't have like sanitary water. They don't have food. That this is their everyday life, and we're complaining because we have to live like this for 30 days, you know? So this is like a month where you reflect and you become more grateful and you work on yourself. So that I feel like putting that plus that powerlifting coming in really helped me like shoot up, you know. So I was like, yeah.
It's so inspirational, man. Like, you're able to do both at the same time. Don't let it hinder you, continue to progress. And I feel like more than anything, it's a test of discipline. Like,
it is.
Pushing your body to really its limits and seeing what it's capable of.
I think for me, I've always been, I've never been the one to give in to peer pressure. Like, I know when to say no, and I don't know. Like I've gone to, like, this is a party school. I've gone to, like, MSU party school. Like, you have friends that are, like, drink all the time, they party all the time. You just have to know when to say no, you know? And a lot of people I know that are like, oh, where are you going tonight? You want to go out? Bro, I got, like, 3 assignments, and then it's like a little bit of bargaining, and they go out, you know? Like, you just need to know when to say no, you know? And then I think I had that from a really young age, which helps me stay disciplined. Yeah.
Amazing. How's that balance plan in your life right now? Because I know you mentioned that it's difficult for you to go out because of all, like, the consequences you face from it, how it impacts your training. Like, how do you balance that into your life?
I still go out. I have to cap my night earlier, you know. I just come back home early. Maybe I won't, like, after, you know, you get your munchies, you're hungry after a night out, you want to go get food, you don't care about what you get your NYPD, Joe's. Maybe I'll just refrain from those. And then, like, overall, I still spend time with my families and friends. A family is a big part of me, because, like, the thing is, I'm a first-gen student in America. So I came to this country 7 years ago.
Oh, wow. You weren't born here?
Uh-huh.
You weren't born here?
No. I grew up in Bangladesh. So them sacrificing what they had back there, my parents sacrificing everything they had back there, starting a whole new life here, is the most they can ever do for me, you know? Like, that's the barrier, and they've crossed it, and they've done everything they can for me. And it's my responsibility from now to repay those back, you know? So that's constantly in the back of my mind, which helps me keep discipline. It's like, that's what helps me put family first. And second thing, if I'm sliding off track, it's constantly in the back of my mind, and I'll be like, oh shit, I have something bigger that I need to do, and that kind of keeps you on track. So yeah, I do go out, I do have fun, but it's like at a limited manner. I'm not just doing it like all the time, you know? Yeah. And my motive is, if you like something, if you love something, you always find time. And if for the right people, for the right sport, for the right academics, for anything you like, you'll always find time. Maybe you'll just have to take a break from it or something because you're too busy doing other things. But yeah.
How would you compare your life in Bangladesh to your life here? How's it different?
Very different. Very different.
What's it like over there?
It's like really complicated, because I grew up in a very nuclear family. Like, family was your priority. You grew up, it's like my mom so my grandpa was like a wealthy man. Like, we grew up in this city, like 50 miles from the capital, and the capital is like where, well, you know, Bangladesh is like a third world country, right? So there's bad parts of it, but I didn't get to experience them, thankfully, because of how I grew up. And my grandpa was a really wealthy man, and then we were taken care of just fine. So my dad, I think, he was like he was like a government service holder. So whatever that does in Bangladesh, I'm not really sure. I was young. But I went to, like, in Bangladesh, the thing is, like, so competitive. I'm sure you know, like, how it is in India and Pakistan, Bangladesh, and those South Asian countries. You compete for the spot. You're like, this, when it comes to education, it's so competitive. So, like, I was taking, like, calc-based class in, like, 5th grade, bro.
Calc in 5th grade?
Yeah. It was calc-based, not calc. But it was like you have, like, I saw integration in, like, 7th grade. And I'm like, dude, what am I doing right now? So when I first came to this country, like, they make you take English as a second language in Bangladesh, but it's like how we take Spanish. Like, it's not survival skills, right? So I come in this country, I have this thick accent, I just know my verbs and my continuous tense. I don't know, like, how to form sentences, and they put me into this school, right? So I go into middle school.
So remember what age you were? Middle school now?
I started end of 6th grade, 7th grade. Beginning of 7th grade is when I started here, right? So not a lick of English, right? So I go in, like, you face a lot of adversities when you're someone foreign. No matter, like, you can call America the greatest country of all time, but they have, like, you face, especially if you're a minority and if you're an immigrant and you come in this country trying to start fresh. Because my parents are, like, really educated people back in Malaysia. They have their master's degree and all that. But when you come in, nothing gets transferred. So, like, you're completely illiterate in America's eyes. So my mom had to do college all over again. My dad had to do college all over again at the age of 40. Yeah. So those things are like that keep you like shit like that is like you go through. It's like that's what I call adversity in my life. So when I have adversities now, I'm like, it's not shit compared to what I had to deal with back then as a young kid. So it's like that's also a motivational factor. So I go 7th grade, I go in, and I remember like there's like kids like making fun of me and shit like that. As obviously it happens in middle school, but then as you grow up, you realize that like as you mature, you realize that damn, like I really did go through these racist things that happen in America. Like I didn't think much of it at the time. So it was really different as like everybody's the same race back in Bangladesh. Like 99% of the kids are Muslim, 99% of the population Muslim. You barely see anyone that's like black or white. It's all brown people. Because why would someone go to a third world country, right? And you come in this country, your social status changes, your financial status changes, the way you live change, the way you go to school, the way you learn, everything changes. So you kind of like have to teach yourself everything. So throughout high school and middle school, I taught myself everything. My parents didn't know like how the education system works here. They still don't know. Like if I call my mom and tell her like, can you tell me what classes I'm taking? She wouldn't be able to tell me. Like she doesn't know what classes I'm taking. She just knows it has to do something with bio. That's all she knows, and that's fine because like I don't expect anything more from her because she's already done her part. It's my job to do it now. So it's very different in the aspect of I was taken care of back in Bangladesh. Now I have to take care of myself and my sister. Because I've had the path of me trying to figure shit out, and I've had my mistakes, and it was all me alone that high school and college road, and now I guide my sister. I'm like, okay, I made these mistakes. You don't have to make these mistakes. You do it this way, so you can go to a better college, or you can stay away from these type of groups or whatever, right? So yeah, I would say I became more independent sort of when I came here, and I also became more aware and more conserved. I was a very expressive kid growing up, but now it's more like you kind of have to be careful on who you let into your life because of the experiences you face in the past, you know? Yeah.
I know you're young at the time when you moved, but I mean, I guess you kind of have a glimpse or a memory when you compare life to Bangladesh to here about like what you would have expected coming to the US. Like it's huge, you know, and it's probably scary as like what's going down over there. And I guess you face all this adversity. I guess were you shocked at how difficult it was, and when did it start to get better?
It was different from what I expected it to be. I was like, every time you envision America, you see the high schools and shows. You like kind of envision those, and then you envision New York City. Because New York City's America.
This is interesting because I don't know what it's like from the outside perspective. So from
the outside perspective, when someone says America, California, Texas, Florida, New York. Nothing else exists, bro. Like I'll tell you, you have your Los Angeles, America. You have New York, America, and you have your California, Hollywood, America. Michigan, who the fuck cares about Michigan, bro? Like what the Great Lakes? I didn't know the Great Lakes till I came here. Then I realized that the Great Lakes is pretty important. It's like and then like Nevada, who like. And then South Dakota, North Dakota, like those, like I had no clue. I still couldn't name 50 states. Like I never learned the name of 50 states. So I come here, and I thought like, I didn't know like having a car was that important, right? Like because no one uses a car in like because it's so populated. You just use your
public transport.
Yeah, you use public transport, and that's what like I have a lot of family relatives that live in New York, and they use public transport, like, because that's what you do in New York. You use your subways, your bus, yeah. But Michigan is like solely based on cars. Like that's your only way of getting around, right? And the weather, you can't even have motorcycles because the weather.
The weather for you must be crazy, man.
Yeah, like setting in. I remember the day. It was February 10th, 2017, when I like hopped off the plane, and I was at Chicago. I get off, and it's February weather, right? And I've the lowest weather I've experienced was 70 degrees, 60 at max.
70, bro.
Yeah, and I get out the terminal, and it's like fucking -2, and then my hands, I'm like, what is this? This can't be cold. And I go out, and I'm like, dude, this is insane. And I think my cousins was like, let me take you sledding. The worst experience of my life.
What? Tell me about it.
It was just so cold. I was like, I'm meant to enjoy this. I just underdressed. Right? And then they were just sledding, and then ice was just getting my shoes. I wasn't wearing gloves. I come home and my whole hand is like purple.
Oh my god.
Because I just wasn't used to snow, right? Now I love snow. I low-key love cold weathers.
I like it too.
I like cold weathers, but I like.
What do you like about it?
It's just calming.
I agree.
I love rainy weathers.
Same.
And I love cold weathers.
I love extreme weather.
Yeah, like if you just top of the morning, you wake up, you sip a tea, and you just sit there and you reflect.
And it's raining.
You can't do that in in summer mornings. It's too hot. You know what I'm saying?
It's lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy.
Yeah.
And winter, it's kind of foggy, nice. You get about your day, and then I was a big morning workout kind of guy. But then I hated morning workouts as soon as I started compounds because I just don't have energy to do that. So I just started doing it later. Yeah. But compared to Bangladesh, weather was very different. From outside perspective coming in, I remember, because I thought because I lived in a house, right? And then when you come in, we had nothing under our belt. So you know how the apartment complexes are long, you know how they're how apartment complexes are set up.
Yeah.
So I go in. I have to live with my uncles. My uncles are very successful people. They have their own business and they have their own tax account and whatever. He's been here for 30 years or whatever. So I go in his house and he's this really luxurious, nice house. I'm like, yeah, that's how everybody lives, right? So I'm like, this is America. And then I move to my apartment building. I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta live like this. So I really go from the top and then I'm like, oh, this is reality. Yeah. So now the last 7-8 years, we've come a long way. My family has come a long way. We've renovated our house. And looking back, it's just it just makes you so grateful and motivates you to do more. Because even at the age of 45, 50, they're coming here with nothing, no expectation, and they're able to make a life out of them, a life for their family. I'm not really worried about myself, because I think I'm gonna do something with my life. That's kind of how I look at in the future, and I'm oh, what is gonna happen with you after undergrad? What are you gonna do with grad? How are you gonna get a job? I'm not too stressed, because my parents could do it, I could do it, bro. They're 50, and they were able to give me a good life, and I'm I think I can do it.
You're really come far away, man. Just talking to you, I would have never guessed that you had that background, man. You speak perfect English. You seem normal. You know everything that goes down.
Yeah.
But man, you could change a lot in 8 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing. When did it start to get easy for you? Because it was probably hard for a while. When did life start to make sense?
Life was hard to honestly, after COVID, I would say. Yeah, because I came in 7th grade, 6th grade actually, end of 6th.
It hit you freshman year of high school, right?
Yeah, so COVID didn't hit till end of freshman year. And till freshman year, I was a funny kid back in middle school, bro. I had friends. So freshman year, I had a lot of friends. I was loving it. And then you realize high school is just a euphoric dream. Nobody, it's so I don't know the exact word for it, but it's not real. People just trying to fit in. People do crazy shit in high school. So freshman year, people are doing just crazy shit. Like what? For clout, they would get in trouble. The nicest kids I would see change up, get in trouble, do drugs in 9th grade, bro. We're kids. And then I had a lot of friends that are oh, you're not really cool. I didn't in middle school you're different. Now as soon as you're in high school you're you're not giving me the time of the day.
They told you that?
No. Oh. I'm just getting that feeling you're not cool. Okay, you're not cool as I thought you were.
Yeah.
Right? Because in high school everybody changes.
People act a different way.
Yeah, everybody acts a different way. So freshman year I was trying to kind of figuring that out, and then I think COVID was pretty good for me. I'm gonna tell my kids it's the worst thing in the world, but COVID for me it was pretty good because isolation. I worked on myself. I go back junior year, I was a completely different person, right? So from senior year was one of the best years of my life, I think. Senior year and
what's special about it?
It's just the people. You find your people, you find your little group, and you stick with them. And senior year, you've already applied to colleges, right? And then you just fuck around all second semester. You just get I made so many good relationships with teachers I would have never talked to in my life. I had nothing to do. I would just yap into teachers, and they're oh, these are kind of cool people. And then you make connections. And the senior year summer, butt fuck. You have nothing to do, so you just explore. I was exploring Michigan, and I got it more into lifting because high school I didn't really have time, but then now I don't really have time. But you make time for the things you love, as I said. So, yeah, it really got easier after I would say 11th grade.
That's amazing, man. You have so much life experience you've had in this few
Yeah,
times in
yeah.
the US, man. It's really an adventure.
Yeah.
What do you see in vision for yourself for the next few years and beyond?
That's
Or just the rest of college? I mean, I feel like we have so much time ahead of us. We can get stuck in our routines of like the same, you know, study, gym, social life. But
yeah,
I mean,
that's what life's been for the past 2 months, bro. Like,
I'm
you
sure
look
it's fun.
back- Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, life feels like a filler episode. You know, like it feels like a filler episode where it's like, you look back and I'm like, damn, second semester went by really fast. Like, but that's time you never get back. Like, have I done anything that's highlighting? Probably not. Why not? I just didn't have time. That's my biggest regret, not having time, because you're doing things you love. But then, like, I want to explore the world before I, like, leave, you know?
Is that what your episode would be, like exploring the world?
I would love to. I would love to have the financial, like, stability to go explore the world before I'm 60. Because why would I explore the world like 60? Bro? I don't have, like, my joints are fucked. I just want to be big.
You're on the, you have a cane
yeah, like,
and
with
shit.
the cane. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to explore the world in my 20s, 30s, you know? Like,
Yeah.
see the world, go to Europe and stuff.
It's worth.
But it's like, I think that's what's so much different from my freshman year in college to my second year in college. My second year in college, I've been more dialed because also like sophomore year is supposed to be your hardest year because you're taking all these major required like specific classes. Senior year will be better, obviously, but the next year will be pretty hard too. But then, so junior year, I just see myself grinding more, just trying to get into dental school, and the dental school will also be a grind. So it's like just falling in love with the process is kind of what I'm trying to do right now. But then reflecting back in freshman year I took like core classes and electives, and I had so much downtime. So I had like friends that were done do anything, and I'm like, those are like memories and highlights that you kind of like look back and I'm like, dude, I wish I could do that more. So in the future, when envisioning that, like I wish to do that more. I wish to spend more time doing things that are outside of academics, of powerlifting, like something that I would enjoy doing.
Like what?
Like I love painting.
That's cool.
Yeah, like people don't know. I don't tell anybody that I used to paint a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'm good too. Like I'll say that. Like I used to paint like freshman, sophomore year. Like my drawing teacher in my freshman year was like, take AP. Freshman year, bro, I'm like,
seriously, that good?
I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to do that because I gotta like do my AP physics and AP chem. I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
See, but looking back, I'm like, I would have done it. Like if you asked me now to go back to my freshman year, I would have done it. Not because I want a career out of it, because genuinely I enjoy doing it, you know? So I'm trying to get back into that more. It's just time is like such an important thing and you just don't have time. So I think this is something I'm going to pick up over the summer. So more doing like, things I love. Like I love music. I play the guitar. I like love listening to music. I love painting. Like those kind of things that you do for yourself, maybe do that more.
And for no reason, just for the sake of doing it.
Just for the sake of doing it, just because you enjoy it, you know.
I think you have something really special because you're so dialed in that you make insane progress. You know, like you can squat bench deadlift more than anyone in that gym. You know, like you're the strongest one there. Like your effort, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
But I guess also sometimes taking time. I guess you're for the future. You look like you want to spend more time like balance. Because I feel like that's where I am. You know, I do like a million different things. I never really get good at anything.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, I don't feel like I get bored of things
Same
fast.
thing
like,
for me. Yeah. I feel like I'm mediocre in everything.
You're not mediocre, bro. You're strong as fuck. What the fuck are you talking about?
Appreciate that, yeah.
Like, I feel like I'll do something and it's fun for a little bit, then I'll try something else. And it's like, I gotta try a lot of cool shit, but I don't like, get super dialed in anything, you know? So it's interesting to see.
Yeah, I think you pick one thing or two things that you really enjoy and you just spend a lot of time on those two things. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Yeah. Because you spend your youth trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like, so you explore everything. And you're like, okay, I'm really good at this. Let me just stick to this.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
I feel like I'm starting to realize what that might be. Like, this podcast is one of those things that stuck around for a long time.
Yeah.
Now. Like, 98 fucking episodes, man. Like, we're still going. Like, this is probably one of the longest things I've ever worked on for this period of time. Because I usually, like, tend to leave things behind or, like, want to move to something else. Like, this is something that stayed constant. And it's honestly stayed fun the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun to keep getting better and better and better and better. And I feel like also, like, problem solving from, like, working on projects. Like, even if they're short-term things, like, I see that, like, being a constant for the rest of life.
Well, let me ask, so what is the goal with this for you? Like, what do you see yourself in the future for this? Like, is it just something for fun? Or, like, what if it works out? What if it's, like, big? Like, what do you think this is? Like, do you just do this? Obviously, it's a hobby for you. But is it, like, something, if it gets big, would you just focus on it more?
Yeah, I would. I think I'd do it for the love of it. Yeah. You know? If I didn't do it for the love of it, I wouldn't be able to do it for this much as I do it, like 10, 15 hours a week for like 2 years now, right? Yeah. So I love it. I love talking to people. I love just hearing their stories. I love seeing the way they see the world. And it's fun to have like new people every week that I don't know nothing about. Like,
exactly.
Especially I'll be like, I feel like I've been casual friends with you, but really getting to know you is so special.
Yeah.
And it really acts as a time capsule because I can look back at like 1 or 2 conversations from every week of my life.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, because when you're old, you're like, let me see what I had conversations. That's sick. Yeah.
And you can probably watch this back like years from now and just think like, where was your mind at this era of time? Like you're so dialed in, like in the middle of your sophomore year, like you can never access that. You know, I think it's special. It really is special.
Maybe it's changed. It changes later. Maybe your values, your morals change, and then you can just compare yourself.
And I've changed so much already in the 2 years I've done this. You know, like back and forth. But the one constant is that we just keep filming. You know, and we keep talking.
I also think like humans, we need interaction. We thrive for social interaction, and this is one of those ways like you're setting aside time to just talk to people, and that you might not have the time to do on a regular basis. I mean, I'm not saying especially you because we're like pretty social people, but like people that like these are moments for people that are like they don't have time to talk to people, or they're very introverted, you know, to express themselves fully. And I
guess a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have that. Like this is like deep talks. We have fun talks. A lot of people don't have the space to do that, or the people to do that with, you know. So it's like this is like a good opportunity for people.
I've never really thought about that from that perspective. Like for other people, like what they might see it as.
Yeah,
but it's true, man.
Yeah, some people might have never had this conversation. They might just be vulnerable and open up to someone in the podcast. So it's like, you know,
I've seen that too.
Yeah. It's like it's crazy. Yeah, so it's like
it's really special.
It's not just good for you guys. It's good for the viewer, like the people, the audience, and the me, for example. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
and I think like sure we crave interaction, right? And we want that. And we can access it in different ways through day-to-day life. But there's something unique about unfiltered, long-form interaction like this where, like, we didn't pick up our phone a single time. Mm-hmm. You know, my phone's up there on the fucking pedestal. But, dude, like, you really get deep into shit after, like, 2-3 hours of talking to someone. Like, it's crazy. Like, you really understand someone. And, I mean, in day-to-day life, you know, I'll pick my phone every 2 seconds. I gotta go here. I gotta talking to you in between sets or in between meals. And it's like...
And it's not like we're done exploring each other. It's like there's so much more to learn, and that's what like makes humans, you know. And it's not like a 2-hour conversation. You figured me all out.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I figured you all out. There's so much more. Like I don't know shit about this kid because I haven't talked to him. Like, you know, I know more about you now than I know about him because I haven't talked to him. So you see how valuable those 2 hours are.
It's very valuable.
Yeah. So yeah.
Taylor better come on the podcast.
Yeah. Make him a main guest, like appreciation for Taylor.
I'd love to. Up to 100. But yeah, man. I mean, I'll do podcasts with people like 5 or 6 times and still not really know them. Yeah. You know, like it. I think something I've learned. I think I've learned a lot about human nature from this podcast, like how the human brain works and storytelling and how people reflect on themselves. Like it's really shown me so many similarities where, you know, you're some powerlifter from Bangladesh becoming a dentist, right? Mm-hmm. And some other guy might be completely different person, completely different. Like might get some like frat guy on that just like drinks 4 times a week and like, doesn't do anything.
Different priorities, different goals.
But you still talk with them. You see so many similarities between you two. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
I didn't know you do that. I thought you just drink beer. Like,
And both people are pretty cool. And most people have stories you never heard.
Yeah.
And that's what's really cool because some of the quietest people you think are just basic people. Like everyone's in some other fucking movie, bro.
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
I love peeling people's layers. Like there's some people that are like just surface level. Like they're just
those are the most fun, bro.
You can never figure them out. That's what like keeps you going. It's like I'm trying to figure you out. I've been always like more of a listener than I have been like a chatter. So it's like it's good to listen to people speak, you know, because sometimes when you're the quietest in the room, they'll just automatically say shit about their life.
From this,
yeah. So that's the best thing. Yeah. You're just like, oh, tell me more. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, and I think that when people have those layers, it's more fun because you really want to like dig deep in there because everyone has something in there.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like if a podcast was dry, it's my fault. It's like I didn't look hard enough to find the thing that he cares about.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone cares about something.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I gotta dig and find it. You know, I gotta make him comfortable. I gotta make him open and find out like what's the thing that he cares about, and then somehow be able to talk about it for 3 hours, even if I know shit about it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a great conversation starter. Like this also makes you more social. If you're not like you're actively trying to
find
like
people.
find people and then trying to talk to them, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's communication skills are all through the roof, you know. Like you know exactly how to interview people, you know exactly how to talk to people. It makes you a better communicator in general, you know. So it's a good practice. It's a hobby and it's a good practice for you to become a better person. I feel like
I agree. So I think
Yeah.
that the summer's gonna be a challenge because the U of M, it's easy to find people, bro. This summer, like I gotta go hunting to find people, bro. Like where am I gonna find people? But
And if it's like, the thing is like, if you're not part of a huge podcast, it's like blowing up. Nobody gives you the time of the day, and it's like, you gotta just like, yeah, who's this kid? Like I don't want to be like,
yeah,
maybe he's weird and stuff like that. Like don't get me wrong, like this is cool. Like when you said, I was like, I'm down. Like
yeah,
this,
we
this
knew
is
each other a
cool
little
idea.
bit too. Like,
yeah, this is a cool idea, but like not a lot of people might take it in the same way.
a
Especially
lot of people say no, man.
yeah, especially
a lot of people say no.
especially if it's like strangers you don't know, like you're trying to get to know them, you know. But it's like that's the challenge of what you do, you know.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, this summer will be a challenge in itself.
Yeah. Do you do every Wednesday?
Week. So we release once every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But at Mish, there's just so many people I want to talk to that we do 2 a week over here. So the minimum's 1 a week. Like I started this October 2023. Have not missed a week since then. Like I'll never miss a Sunday.
Yeah.
Wednesdays, if I get an extra episode, I'll throw it in for 2
Yeah.
a week. But Sundays, like I always have to get something out. So yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Amazing, man. Well, what else you got tonight? Just study, locked in.
I don't even know. I'm just probably gonna go home, take a shower. I have my last meal. I just need to eat. It's just like chicken.
Ramadan's over, though.
Yeah. I'm just
locked in the.
I'm just hungry. It's just like I missed dinner. Remember?
I was gonna take the rest of the year to recover. Then Ramadan's gonna hit again.
I missed dinner, so I was like, I'm kind of hungry. I just got food for later, just in case. So I'm just gonna go eat that, do some more homework for my test. I have a test next week. Yeah, April's usually the hardest month.
Is it?
When it comes to
Finals
academics.
coming.
Yeah, because you just gotta lock in. I'm sure you have finals coming too.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean I've been this week and next week kind of chill, but this building up, right? So I gotta start studying early.
Yeah. What are like the major classes you're taking?
X 280.
X 280 is one of them.
Linear algebra, German fairy tales, and gen physics. So not too bad. It's alright.
Gen Phys 140.
Yeah. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But gotta lock in, do well, and do great things.
Yeah.
I'm praying that we can recover the rest of this file. Otherwise, it's gonna be a short, like 40-minute podcast.
Yeah.
But great.
Hey, I mean, I would be down
before
the year ends. Like I think, especially like fully like breaking down this powerlifting aspect of things.
Get all the boys on.
Yeah, get all the boys
get
that
Luke,
powerlift.
Griffin.
Just sit down, have like a little chat.
Yeah.
Just get something done, you know.
I'm gonna try to see if any openings because we're booked out for the rest of the school year.
Yeah, 100%.
But some people cancel every now and then. So if I can get something, we'll get everyone together. If not, next year, like September, bro, we'll get everyone together.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun way to start the year too.
Yeah,
Everyone's
100%.
like back and
everyone's back. Everyone's hyped. Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down. I'll put you guys on the wait list, and we're gonna get you all together. It'll be fun.
Bet.
But thanks for helping out, and
Yeah,
I pray that it's not like a 30-minute episode.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me. It was really good. Good 2 hours of my life. Let me tell you that. Yeah.
Hope it was a nice break from everything else.
Yeah, it's a nice break. You just kind of get to just talk to people, you know.
Yeah. Thanks, Marion.
Yeah.
Peace.